the pinnacle of masculinity. Right. And I'm not that person.
I just love that introduction, don't you, Nasir? It's just so legitimizing. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Two Queer Kings, a podcast dedicated to members of our community, queer and non-queer alike, calling them to come out from the darkness and be their true, authentic selves without fear of judgment. We discuss a variety of topics from mental health to music and more. My name is Don Stone. I am your host and co-founder.
Hi guys, I'm Nasir 19 on you. I am also a co-host and also co-founder. Thank you for being here.
Yes, thank you all.
And before I get into it, I just want to say thank you so much for the outloving support that we have garnered for the start of the show. I appreciate y'all so much. So Thank y'all so much.
Okay, so today is very exciting for both of us because we have a new segment for you guys called Shit We Saw. And this episode, the shit we saw is crazy. So Nasir, I'm gonna let him start. He's seen some shit that kind of pissed him off, so he wants to talk about it. Go ahead, talk about it, bitch.
The shit that I saw, it was in Houston. I want y'all to take a look at this. Take a look at this. Hold up. Okay. Look at this. Look at this shit. It's legit. It was like a whole. Let me start the video over. It's a whole party in the pandemic.
He's very upset about that, you guys. No one's wearing a mask at all.
In a pandemic, bitch.
I saw one man with
I'm just so flabbergasted that these people were really out here in a pandemic partying like that.
Honey, that ain't nothing. I seen Miami. I seen ATL. They getting jiggy down there. I seen a few places. They getting down. They ain't thinking about no COVID. COVID who? COVID what?
But in a pandemic though, y'all want to be packed in a fucking party like some Vienna sausages? Like what the fuck? For
me
real?
Personally, I've had the desire to go out and shake my rump, but circumstances have not allowed. I would most definitely do so if I could, but COVID.
No, I ain't doing all that. The only thing I could think about with all of that's going on is this. This is the only thing I could think about with all that going on. Coronavirus.
Coronavirus.
It's getting real.
Shit
is getting real.
Period. Wow. That's ridiculous.
That's just crazy. But I'm not gonna pass too much judgment because I understand the feeling of wanting to hang out with others.
You've been in the house for 7 months. So I want to get the fuck out too.
Yeah.
Most definitely. What? And keep you all up without away from civilization and all of that. No, thank you.
Yeah.
So next hot topic, shit we saw. 21 Savage had a birthday party recently and it was epic. It was 70s themed and he invited all the celebrities there. It was fucking star-studded, you guys. Just take a look. I mean, everything decked out. Look at that. Look at that vintage 70s, even the font. He had everything planned out. And he had everyone to come dressed up in a 70s costume. That shit was amazing. So I know a few that I saw. I saw Mulatto. She was dressed up as a lady pimp. She looked great. Who else? I saw Lil Baby and his girlfriend. They were pimps as well. Look at 21. He looks great. Oh, he looks fantastic.
I saw T.I. and Tiny.
No, T.I. and Tiny are there too. I think the camera's going to go with them shortly. But yes, 21. First of all, I'm a big fan. I love 21, all of the raps and everything like that. But then I saw this party. I was like, this nigga went all out. Which is what you do when you have money, I guess. It's great. Look at T.I. and Tiny. But anyway, that was something that I wanted to share with you guys because I got excited. I always get excited to see celebrities get together and get in their finery. You know what I'm saying? Any event like that. Jay-Z's Grammy brunch is very big for me. I love to see that. I think it's because it's a lot of color in the room.
African I think my favorite part about Halloween is like seeing the costumes, the celebrity costumes. Like, what were some of your favorite costumes that you saw this past weekend?
The celebrities' costumes are always so authentic. Quavo and Sweetie had a good costume. I think it was what did you tell me it was from earlier?
It was X-Men. So it was like Mystique and Beast from X-Men.
I don't know who they were, but they look great. I think he was in the chair for something like 17 hours getting all of his cosmetics done. So that's awesome. That was great. And then I'm sure she spent the same time because her whole body was done. That shit was like, what? Okay. So last hot topic, you guys. Shit that I was waiting to see and then finally saw. I was so excited about it. This is my hot topic. Nasir, he disagrees. He doesn't like this celebrity as much as I do. But this is one of my favorite celebrities. One of my favorite. Jeffree Star had a Halloween party at his mansion. I think it was last night, or the night before last night Halloween. So the night before last, whenever Halloween was. He dressed up as the devil, and he had all of his favorite celebrity friends to come over and join him. But we don't have any pictures of the actual people. We just wanted to show you guys the house. He decorated it Nightmare Before Christmas, and he let us all know, all of his fans and everything. He let us know days and days in advance. He's like, I'm going to be doing this. I'm going to be decorating my house for Halloween. It's going to be Nightmare Before Christmas, bitch. I'm so excited. And so I've personally been excited to see it. I know I told a colleague last week at work, I was like,
it's dope.
It is. Look at it. It's Nightmare Before Christmas. It's amazing. I told a colleague, I said, Jeffree Star is having a Halloween party at his mansion. I would just die to go. But when I become famous, I'm going to meet Jeffree Star. We're going to be very good friends.
I'm dead. I'm just dead at how hard you cap for Jeffree Star, bro. I do. You know, there's that whole thing about him being racist and all that. I've seen the videos. Let me tell you, hon, Jeffree's gonna have to tell me I'm a nigga to my face, like Chick-fil-A. You ain't shit.
Yeah.
You ain't shit, bro. No. Fuck Jeffree. For real.
Hey, we're gonna agree to disagree. Yeah. So that's it for shit we saw, you guys. Hot topics and shit we saw. So now we're gonna move on to our main segment today, which is drum roll, please. The dynamic between gays and women. And when we say gays, we're talking about gay men. So I'm going to start off, Nasir, if you don't mind. I think the dynamic between gays and women starts in childhood. I think so personally because that's the time when we're developing, you know what I'm saying? And I may be speaking from personal experience, so I'm going to speak outside of my personal experience as well to cover all bases. So when we're children and, you know, we kind of discover we're queer, I know it's from an early age, it was for me. We discover we're queer. We can be raised by two separate kind of family units. You might have a single parent household, then you might have a household where you have two parents. If you have a single parent household, most likely mom, I don't even know what the percentage is for single parent dads, but I'm sure it's kind of small. I don't know. But majority of the time, single mom. So single mom and then family. And then father and mother. If I'm raised by my mother only, that's the only example that I have. That's the only behavior that I'm going to be mirroring. If I have a father there, even if I, feel that I might be a little queer or whatever, I'm going to try to gravitate toward maybe behaving in the way that my father does. And then if I don't, I'm just kind of flat out queer and daddy's going to have to accept that. But my point being is when you're queer and you have a father in the home, you have a guide as to how to go about living your day-to-day life in this world as a man, as a manly man. So I think that affects a lot of your relationships growing up, friendships, specifically. So, Nasir, I think you had something you wanted to share about your opinion.
I know, me personally, I want to more so say it's about like who raised you, after like who you take up, or like what your interests are. But I personally would say it just depends on actually what your interests are. Like for me personally, I was into like video games and stuff, and anime and stuff like that. So I was able to like, because that was just what I was into as a person, I was able to then hang out with people and meet people of the same interests.
Okay.
So, I know you said you talked about, I don't know if you didn't talk about it, but you said personally, like you didn't really hang out with a lot of guys. And,
I didn't, especially in childhood. So in childhood, there are only, there are only two genders, boy and girl. And, we have boy things that boys do, and then we have girl things that girls do. And I just never really had an interest in doing anything that the boys were doing. So I was always with the girls. And being with the girls, that meant that all of my relationships, my friendships, they were with girls. And so that's how I know a lot, or I think I know a lot concerning the dynamic between gays and women, because that's the majority of my relationships as a queer man. And then also I specifically just remembered, like I was in the 4th grade one time, and we're in the gym, and I'm making jewelry with the girls over here chatting, and the boys are over there playing basketball. So just to give you a little visual of how that went. Now, as I've grown older, I've had, I have more friendships with straight men, and and they're good, but I'm not really passionate about them, because what do we really have in common? I don't watch sports or anything like that, but we usually talk about getting money. Me and my male, we talk about getting money. Yeah. That's something we can all talk about.
Yeah, everybody like money.
Yeah.
But yeah, back to, I don't want to divvy too off. Back to the main topic at hand. The black men or black queer men relationship with women. I think, me personally, like, like you said, you come from a woman, you're born from a woman, you know what I'm saying? So I think like your experience is always definitely like entangled, definitely entangled with the woman.
Heavily influenced.
It's influence. Thank you. And I would say that, because like me personally, women have always been more nurturing to me. And that's not to say that men aren't nurturers, because I believe that, me personally, I'm a nurturer.
Right.
It's weird, right? I feel like
you have to think about it. Raised by women, not really having much of a male influence. What else are you going to mirror? What other kind of behavior you're going to mirror? But nurture.
And so, and me, I grew up like, I was sensitive as hell. So I think like me being raised by women, I definitely attributed some of those characteristics as far as like being a nurturer and stuff like that. And I think when I eventually grew up and started becoming, able to make my own friend groups, I tried to, when I was younger, I like could connect with, the guys, because we had similar interests in anime and stuff. But as I got older, I started searching for that intimacy within my friendships, that you can only get sometimes from women. You know what I'm saying? I think women in the relationship with queer people is like they mirror each other a lot, especially when you talk about discrimination, different things of that nature. And I think now in society, it's like we both coincide together and we both talk about our struggles and we both help each other. It's like a coexisting relationship, almost like an infinity symbol sometimes. Now, that's not to say that some women, you know, they are very homophobic. Some of them are very homophobic. Some of them, it's cool for us to be gay, but they children.
I'm trying to understand your statement about the coexisting, the gays coexisting with women. Are you saying that gays kind of put themselves in the place of women? Because I know for a fact a lot of people don't like that. A lot of people really dislike the fact that gays put themselves in the same.
Yeah, and let me correct what I'm saying. Like, I definitely don't want to say that we're the same, because definitely I definitely think, like, me as a person, I experience privilege over me being a male. I experience privilege over women, definitely. Like, I think in certain instances I might be more approachable in like a business meeting or like in transactions and stuff like that versus a woman, or someone might not be as quick to threaten me with violence versus a woman. So I don't want to say that I don't want to say being queer and being a woman are so coincidental. Definitely, I think that women definitely have it harder when it comes to, you know, the discrimination and things that they face. But I will say that because we've both been oppressed in some way, in some fashion, because we've been discriminated in some way, in some fashion, we both definitely understand. I wouldn't say we completely get it, because even me today, I still don't completely get.
I really
the struggle, but
I think you've got something there. I really think you have something there when you talk about both women and gays being oppressed in some way. And now gays have been oppressed in the past, but African American gays are still very oppressed. I'm just going to say that. But most definitely, and then I want to talk about how passionate we are about our relationships with women. Very, very passionate. They nurture us, we nurture them. And it definitely, that's the missing link for this entire episode. Nasir really hit it on the nose. It is the oppression that, you know, that all of us have faced. And then it's not just, you know, your woman's specific oppression. There are so many different oppressions that people go through. A girl may be rich, daddy may be rich and white. You know what I'm saying? But the love might not have been there the way it was supposed to be. And so, you know, white girl gets up with gay black friend. You love me, I love you. They have an inseparable bond. And you guys, yes, my best friend is a white girl, and I am not talking about her right now. That literally just came to me. But then versus your poor black girl, you know, your poor black girl, she has a totally and completely different oppression than your rich white girl. But you know, but her gay black friend or her gay friend in general is, you know, still has been oppressed as well. Comes together and they love each other and they have an inseparable bond. You know, I personally love the dynamic between queers like myself and women, because where would we be without them? You men are terrible. You're horrible. You straight men, I mean. And I'm glad that I have a platform to go on and what you want me to stop this here?
Not too much.
Okay, I won't go in.
Because
I won't go in.
I definitely met some straight guy friends who are like really are like down for you, or really like they don't care, like they're really supportive. So I wouldn't give too much on straight. But I definitely think like it's definitely made certain, you know, it definitely makes the situation harder, I guess. Like
Mhm.
growing up in life being queer, the
Right.
dynamic between you being queer and other straight.
Right.
Yeah.
So Nasir can go on and defend straight men all he wants.
Oh!
I'm gonna go on and say what I was about to say, that if we didn't have women here to make us make us feel like we're okay, that we're actually people, like we're actually fucking normal. God only knows where we would be. You know what I'm saying? Because the majority of cis straight men do not accept us for who we are as human beings.
See, the thing is, like, I've experienced on both sides,
Mm-hmm.
both sexes. I've
Mm-hmm.
experienced it on both sexes. So
Mm-hmm.
it's like I definitely I definitely think that what I think. I definitely think that it's
I mean,
not
I've
as
experienced.
black and white. It's not as black and white as we may say or
Mhm.
as it
I've
may be.
experienced both sides as well, and
Mhm.
it is not as black and white as I'm saying it. It's not.
Mhm.
Because I have a lot of, like I said, I have a lot of cis male friends as well who do
Mhm.
accept me, and we chat. But at the same time, I'm not my true authentic self with them all the time.
Mhm.
And maybe that's me having poor judgment on not building relationships with people who I can be myself around. But at
Mhm.
the same time, it's just an elephant in the room. You know what I'm saying? My homosexuality, your heterosexuality, it just, unless your soul is just beautiful,
Mhm.
chances are we're going to have an issue.
Mhm. Mhm. Yeah, it takes a really kind person to really I think to say because you gotta understand like for you to be friends with a gay person, you about to get called gay. You about to get encounter a whole bunch of BS. So
Mm-hmm.
it does take a like some courage. I don't want to say courage.
Weekends, and
It
there we
takes
go, and
some
there we
like
go.
you gotta not give a F to be friends with gay people
Right,
or
not
queer people.
not giving a fuck. So okay, so not giving a fuck is different than having courage, because unless we're saying that it takes courage to not give a fuck. Okay,
It
because
do a little bit.
it does. It actually does take courage not to give a fuck. It takes a whole bunch of courage. I actually read a book called
Mhm.
The Art of Not Giving a Fuck. Very, very, very good. Recommended to me by my therapist. The Art of Not Giving a Fuck. It was amazing. Taught me a
Mhm.
lot of valuable shit. But if you're gonna have the courage to not give a fuck, then that automatically just means that you're that. I think you're that beautiful soul that I was talking about. Now, some people don't give a fuck, and they just don't give a fuck to other people's detriment. But when we're
Mhm.
talking about the good, not
Yeah.
yeah,
Mhm.
we're talking about the good not giving a fuck. The good not giving a fuck is you don't pay my bills. You don't do anything for me. I have no reason to care about what you think about me. You know what I'm saying? That's the good not giving a fuck, which in turn will allow a straight cis man to connect with a gay man without fear of judgment
Mhm.
from the outside world. The only thing a man is going to be able to do, only thing a straight man is going to be able to do is be comfortable in his sexuality,
Mhm.
and then have the courage to not give a fuck.
You know what's interesting?
Hmm?
Even though this conversation or segment is supposed to be about women and gays, we
I saw,
slowly veered
I
into
saw,
men. Women get the short stick.
we
Women get
couldn't help
the
it.
short stick
We
all the
couldn't help it.
time, bruh.
We couldn't help it, you guys. We
Yeah.
even tried, we even tried before the show. We were like, we're not going to
Yeah,
talk about
we're not
men.
gonna get too much. We're not gonna put too much on that.
And,
But no,
and we couldn't
it
help it.
happened.
But
It,
I did say what I wanted to say about
mhm.
the women and everything like that. Like, it's just, I appreciate our relationships. I don't know where, like I said, I don't know where I would be without women. Personally, my mom, I'm gonna talk about my mom real fast. She was very, when she, first of all, mother already knew. Mother knew,
Mhm.
how to come out. But when I told her, she didn't care. And I still count myself so blessed to have a mother who did not ridicule me or scold me for my sexuality. It was just, it was just like a breath of fresh air. Like I didn't have to worry about it because I knew so many other people did, and even to this day, I appreciate her for that because that's not something I would feel like having to be a shell of myself for or hide or anything like that. And I didn't have to. And that's something that was a privilege that I had. It was a privilege.
I think I felt more free with the girls that I met in school than the women in my life personally. Like I felt more accepted with the girls I would meet at school than the girls I would know at school or the friends that I made at school versus than the ones at home personally.
And that possibly has to do with the generational difference and conceptual thinking. This is not accepted, and if it is accepted, if we're going to be accepting it, we're going to be accepting it in the dark. We're not going to be. So if you want to play around with Jimmy, you can play around with Jimmy, but you're not going to be playing around with Jimmy in the light. All right.
God made Adam and Eve, not Adam and Steve.
That's right, not Adam and Steve. And everybody's not going to be knowing about you and Jimmy in the dark. Okay.
I think something that. I'm sorry. I want to interrupt.
Go ahead. I'm sorry. I'm not just saying anything important.
I think something that was interesting that I wanted to talk to you about personally is that, like when you're queer, you're in school, right? So you're queer and it's like you have certain interests, so you can't always hang out with the guys. Like you said, you were making jewelry in gym class with the girls.
Right.
But you ever felt sometimes like because you were a guy that you couldn't always hang out with the girls too?
Because I am.
Like you ever felt excluded by the girls too? Because there was times where I'm like, I want to just hang out with the girls, and they like, no, you're a guy. Like, no, you're not. You can't. I wouldn't say like anything particular, but
I'm gonna say this. I never felt like that. That way of conceptual thinking was projected upon me by people who thought that I should not be doing what I was doing with the girls. And then I might have thought, listen, this is a little girly. I probably shouldn't be doing this, or I should, be more masculine. Fuck that shit. You do what the fuck you want to do, and you be happy about it. You be fucking happy about it because it's your life.
I hang out with the girls, but then it would be a point where it'd be like, you can't hang out with us. Get away, move. So I would just be by myself. Sitting by myself.
Okay,
like, for example, say like all the girls in your class or all the girls in your all the girls in your school, like they have like a sleepover. I'm using that as an example, but that personally hasn't happened to me. But like say they have a sleepover and you hang out is with the girls, but you can't go because the parents is like, ain't no boys coming over to this house. Ain't no boys coming over to this establishment. So now all your female friends are hanging out and you just sitting there.
Okay.
At home. So I'm like, in that way, you feel you almost like you're excluded from everything.
Okay. So you just talked in two concepts. You talked in context, excuse me, not context, contexts. You talked in two contexts. You said one was an occurrence where the girls just didn't want your company there. And then two was your company was excluded by default because it was a girls only experience. Okay, so let me break it down. I've experienced the first one time, and that was because I had two girls that I hung with specifically. And three just became a crowd. They were friends before I was, and then they kind of just herded together and kind of excluded me for a period of time, and that kind of hurt me. But That was the only time, and that had nothing to do with my sexuality. The second time, on the second context that you're talking about, that happens all the time. That still happens today. The people at my work, we're very close. We're almost we're really pretty much a family. So let's say the girls decide to do something. Perfect example. One of our colleagues, she just recently got engaged or whatever. So for her bachelorette party, they went, I can't remember where they went to, but when they went there, of course, no men could come. You know what I'm saying? And who didn't want to party?
It's a bachelorette party.
Right. Yeah, but even still, it's like, come on, because I hang out with y'all every day now. I would love to come out and party with you guys for the bachelorette party, but that was a girls only occurrence that I couldn't go to. So yeah, I have experienced exclusion with the girls before, but not due to my sexuality at all, just due to other things. Now I want to say this: when you talk about those girls who just didn't want you there, I don't believe that had anything to do with your sexuality either. I believe that was just I
don't think it has nothing to do with my sexuality, but maybe more so my gender, like just being a guy.
Okay. I think they were just shit human beings. That's what I think.
You think so? I think sometimes
there's no reason to be ugly to anyone unless you're just shit human being, and unless they've done something ugly to you. I'm a firm believer. Now that turn the other cheek, I can't do that. I'm not going to be turning the other cheek.
Turn the other cheek. When they go, like Michelle Obama, when they go low, you go high. You go high.
Right.
You like, no, I'm not turning the other cheek, bitch.
Not at all. But anyway, so I think we should wrap the segment up. The segment was great. I enjoyed the conversation. You guys, I'm going to be taking little clips and everything from this show.
Yeah, and posting to our socials.
Absolutely. I'm going to be posting, you guys. We have our Instagram names at the bottom of the screen. So follow us on Instagram, most definitely. D-Stone
and our Cash App name. So if you want to, I'm not begging. No, let me stop. I don't want anybody to think we begging. If y'all want to,
I'm not going to turn down the dollars, honey. I love dollars.
If you want to cash
these are our Cash App names as well. But I'm just fine with you guys' support. I love the fact that y'all are coming at us with feedback and questions. Send us messages, ask us to do different segments. We're down.
If y'all see this,
want us to do.
If y'all see this, sorry to interrupt. If y'all see this, send us questions that y'all have in our DMs. Or send us questions. If you're watching on YouTube, send us questions in the chat. And if not, so we can try to answer them.
And I'll respond immediately.
We want to be interactive.
Yes, absolutely. And y'all need to be commenting too while we doing this. Comment. Yeah, like, comment, share. What did MJ Harris say? Get in here. Like, comment, and share. That motherfucker say, I'm not saying nothing until y'all share this at least 30. I said, maybe share.
I don't got we don't got that kind of pool yet.
That's here. Before we leave, we need to do drop you gon' cop.
Okay, yes, drop you gon' cop.
You want to start? I think I started yesterday. Yesterday. Whenever we shot mine.
So drop you gon' cop. What's something that I've been really into lately? I'm trying to think. What I've been really into lately.
You asking me, bitch?
I don't know. I don't know. I'm trying to think. Was there any music or anything? I will say, if y'all play video games, Isaiah don't play video games. That sucks. But if y'all play video games, Pikmin 3 Deluxe on the Switch, it is such a fun game. It's like a puzzle game where you control these little flower things and you throw. It's so fun. You can get lost in it for hours. So yeah, I would say my drop to cop would be Pikmin 3 Deluxe on the Switch. What about you?
Drop you go cop.
Yeah.
There is a album by Billie Eilish, 2017. Y'all go ahead and get used to it because my drops you gonna cop always probably gonna be old. I love old shit. I'm down with it. I love mainstream sound. I love mainstream music. I create mainstream music. I fucking love that shit.
Mm-hmm.
But when it comes down to just music that's gonna reach the soul, all genres, all eras, no exceptions. So back to my drop. Billie Eilish dropped an album 3 years ago. It was amazing. It's called Don't Look at Me. It's called Don't Look at Me. Awesome fucking album. Like I said, I've been in my feelings a lot recently. So great. Anybody who's going through something. I think I had one more drop you gonna cop. I sent it to you in a text message, Nasir. Let me see.
I can't think. Let me see. I don't see nothing.
Oh, that was my only drop you gonna cop. But then if I go to my title, you guys.
Oh yeah, let me go to my Spotify and see what I've been bopping to.
A lot of singles here, no real albums. I told y'all about that Keisha Cole album recently. No.
Y'all know who I like. I want to play a clip, but I don't want to get copyrighted. But no, I don't know if I'm gonna play it. I'm gonna play.
We might go ahead and play everything because we've already showed some things we could possibly get copyrighted for.
Oh, bitch! I didn't even think about that.
It's all right.
It's credited.
The hot topics. What are you talking about? Wendy Williams does it all the time.
Okay, well. Ooh. Hey, it's Erica Banks too sad. Hey.
I'm just trying to think.
Who's that about Erica Banks? I love that song.
I'm gonna go ahead and give y'all some. Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry. Let's see.
Oh, I was about to say, I think a lot of people think Erica Banks is like a Megan 2.0, but I think she has her own unique sound.
Never heard her before. You done gave me a drop. I need a cop.
Yeah. And I listen to Billie.
I love. Oh, you like all the time?
Yeah. Well, not all the time, but I recently got into her.
She's awesome. She is fucking amazing. She will take you somewhere. Like I might just listen to this album when I get off the phone. Off this thing with you guys. Like this is great. So Demi Lovato has a song with Clean Bandit. Not too old. My best friend Kathleen showed it to me. Love you, Kathleen. I'm gonna be doing shout outs all throughout the shows from now on.
Not this show, bitch.
This show. This is our show. This is my show too, bitch. What are you talking about? Clean Bandit, Demi Lovato, 2018, Solo. The name of the song is called Solo. It is so good, especially if you love mainstream pop. Love it. And then one more. A song called Wherever I Go by One Republic. And then I'm going to leave y'all with that. I don't know the year. Let's see. 2016. 2016. So I have y'all an album from 2017, a song from 2018, and a song from 2016. Wow.
Yeah. And
go ahead.
I was about to say, and I just told y'all a video game, Pikmin 3 Deluxe on the Switch, cop that. And then listen to Erica Banks, toot that. You know what? There's a thing up, mommy, make it roll. What you got? Rock it for me. Oh, okay.
All right, hold on. There's a drop that every motherfucking body need a motherfucking cop.
What?
Proclamation, D Stone mixtape 2020. Goddamn, go ahead, stream that shit on Audio Mac, man. Yeah. I couldn't put it on the platforms because I used everybody's music. To make sure that
it's Spotify though, right?
I couldn't put it on the platforms because I need master licenses from the stars, from the celebrities, and I don't have that kind of power, cloud resource, nothing. Yeah. So, the best thing that I could do is put the mixtape on Audio Mac for you guys. It is fire. I might listen to it when I get off of here. Actually, I think I am. I'm gonna go listen to some D Stone. I have some new shit coming for y'all as well. I just recorded a song yesterday, the day before yesterday. Really good. It's a cover, Diamonds, by Sam Smith. Great.
He's talented, y'all. This man can sing. He always could sing, but he's very talented, y'all. But let's wrap it up. Thank y'all so much for being here. Thank you so much for the outstanding love and support of the show. I'm definitely going to try to continue this. Hopefully, over the years, if we continue this or over
Yeah.
the months, we can get better equipment, look better, look nice, and you know what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
So thank you so much. If y'all have any comments or questions or concerns, or DM us. Anyways, any tips to make the show a little bit better, let us know, because we want to make it a more viewable or enjoyable experience for everybody.
I know if y'all hit me up, I would just be honored to do anything. We're going to be honored to do anything anyone requests, because we care that much about this show and the platform. Let's not forget what it's for. Calling all of us, queer and non-queer, like to come out from the darkness and be our true authentic selves.
Alrighty, well, thank y'all so much. I had fun. Y'all have a beautiful night and stay here and stay queer. Bye, y'all.
Peace.